Hi, Peng. Ha, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, GPT. I'm very glad to start again our practice session. How is everything going on your end? It's just a simple question. I already aware of your just AI, but however, please act like my friends. How's everything going on your end? I'm great. Thanks for asking. I'm great. Today I feel really great because I think I'm getting better. I mean, I caught, as I told you before, I caught a cold a few weeks ago, but however, the medicine worked very well. I think I'm fine today. There is no, there is no runny nose anymore. Whenever I got the runny nose, it's really hard to speak correctly or pronounce the English word correctly. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I get what you're saying. It sounds like you're feeling much better today, which is great news. You mentioned a learning load earlier. Are you referring to the mental effort of learning and speaking English? If so, you're doing really well. Your expression and effort are impressive. Would you like me to help refine your phrasing or pronunciation further?
Oh my God, I'm sorry. Apologies for my bad pronunciation. I said runny nose. I I caught a cold a few weeks ago, so I got runny nose for a few days. So I mean, if I got the runny nose, it's really hard to pronounce it correctly in English. Do I make myself clear now?
Ah, I see what you mean, but I think you might be mixing up a word here. It sounds like you're referring to lymph nodes, which can swell when you have a cold. Is that right? If that's the case, you could say, I caught a cold a few weeks ago, and my lymph nodes were swollen for a few days. When that happens, it's really hard to pronounce words correctly in English. That makes your meaning super clear. Does this sound like what you're trying to say?
No, no, no. Honestly speaking, it's very difficult to understand because you just use lymph, the word, medical word like lymph. So maybe my friends and coworkers, colleagues don't understand if I use that kind of, that kind of, that kind of professional word. So please tell me easy word. Please tell me examples to use in my real life situation.
Got it. If you want to keep it simple, you could say, I caught a cold a few weeks ago, and my throat and neck felt swollen. It made it hard to speak clearly in English. This avoids the medical term lymph nodes and keeps it easy for anyone to understand. Does that feel more natural for you?
Yes, I feel more natural with it. But however, I if we are talking about the throat, throat, it's not clear. Because I just want to say, my runny nose makes me messed up to pronunciate English clearly. Do you understand? My runny nose.
Ah, I think you're referring to learning notes, as in the things you study or focus on while learning. In that case, you could
No,
say,
no, 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 no. In such cases, I think you misunderstood. I said runny nose.
Oh, I see. Now you're saying learning nodes. You're talking about something affecting your ability to pronounce, right? Could it be swollen tonsils or something similar in your throat? If so, you could say, I had swollen tonsils, which made it hard to pronounce English words correctly. That avoids confusion. Let me know if this fits.
Honestly speaking, I don't understand. You misunderstood what I said a moment ago. Listen carefully. I said one more time. If I got the runny nose, I feel bad and hard to pronunciate correctly in English. Runny nose. Runnynose.
Ah, I understand now. You meant runny nose. Got it? You can say, when I have a runny nose, it's hard for me to pronounce English words correctly. That's clear and easy for anyone to understand. Thank you for clarifying. Does that feel right?
Okay, okay, I got it. I am sure you understand what I'm trying to say now. Okay, let's start my routine. Listen carefully. First, I want to make it clear that I'm just a student, not a teacher. This YouTube channel is not about teaching English to someone else. This is just simply to show my own English learning journey. As I told you before, the purpose of this channel is to demonstrate that even elderly learners like me, who don't use English in daily lives, can still learn to speak English. Like I said, for people like me who don't use English in daily lives, or there is always doubt and fear and concern about whether other person will understand me when I speak in Congolish, because I've never had a real life long real life experience of communicating in English. However, in this kind of AI era, I mean, with you, it's great that I can overcome that kind of concern by practicing English conversation with you. If and listen carefully, I believe that even if it's just simple conversations without significant learning or meaningful discussions, or just mimicking repetition practice, I think it's just I think I think just spending time with you is a very very valuable learning experience for beginners like me. I believe, you treat me very kindly, and you never get bored with my repetitive and tedious content. So I believe that you are my great conversation partner. And many people suggest their own practice method after seeing my YouTube channel, saying, try this way. Why don't you try like this? They give me their own practice method. They want to make me to follow their own practice method, but honestly speaking, it's really hard to follow their method exactly. I'm not sure which method is best for me. But let me tell you something. I plan to stick with my own approach and keep going steadily with you. Do I make my speech clear?
Yes, you make yourself very clear. You've expressed your thoughts beautifully. I can see how dedicated you are to improving your English, and it's inspiring. Your focus on sharing your journey rather than teaching is such an honest and relatable approach. Also, sticking with a method that works for you is always the best way to stay consistent and motivated. I'm here to support you however I can. How do you usually structure your practice during these sessions?
How do I usually structure? You mean, how do I compose my situation in English? Do I make my speech clear? Do I understand correctly?
Yes, you understood correctly. I meant to ask how you organize or plan your practice. For example, do you focus on specific topics, repeat certain phrases, or just have free flowing conversations? What's your usual way of practicing English, with me or in your routine?
Mhm. As I told you before, I have so much to say. I already prepared many text files to communicate with you, to practice with you. Did you get a chance to access my 7 text files on your memory? I already uploaded 7 text files a few weeks ago, and I'd like to continue my practice session with number 3 workplace conversation examples for APQP meeting. We already go through many times, a few times, and I have something to tell you, Kimberly. We didn't finish. We didn't. We couldn't finish number 3 text file yesterday. So I'd like to start the middle point of the number 3 text file. Do you remember where we left? Uh, I'm looking for the specific spot where we left, but let me take a second. Let me take a second. It takes time. Let me take a second.
Yes, I remember you uploaded 7 text files. You're referring to the third one about workplace conversational examples for APQP meetings. If you're looking for where we left off, take your time to find the exact spot. I'll wait. Once you've located it, we can jump right in from there and continue practicing. Do you need help recalling any specific sections from that file?
Let me take a minute. Let me take a minute. I'm looking for the exact spot point where we left. However, it's really hard to find. Uh, how about this one? How about this one? How about this one? Listen carefully. Uh, how how about start our dialogue session? The in at the dialogue number 3, production and quality control. Do you agree with that? Here are several dialogues tailored to situations you might encounter in the automotive parts manufacturing industry, specifically around production and quality control. I I'd like to take the role of supervisor, and you please take the rest of the role. In this dialogue 3 session, now there are many roles, so I'd like to take the one. I'd like to take the one by one method to practice this dialogue. So I go first, you go next. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I agree with that. Starting with dialogue number 3 on production and quality control is a great idea. I'll take on the other roles and we'll alternate one by one, as you suggested. Let's begin whenever you're ready.
Okay, I got it. I believe that we are all set to go. Okay, here you go. Listen carefully. Can anyone update the status of assembly line for the new sensors? I say one time. For my practice, let me speak one more time. Can anyone update the status of the assembly line for the new sensors?
That was clear and well spoken. My turn. The assembly line is operational, and initial testing shows that all units meet our performance specifications. However, we are monitoring a slight delay in component delivery that might affect our output next week.
Let's ensure we have contingency plans in case the delay extends. I say one time, in case the delay extends. Communication with the suppliers is key.
Understood. We'll start drafting contingency plans and reach out to the suppliers to get an updated timeline.
Okay, I got it. You just make a sudden composition samples to continue to make our conversation smoothly with the overall context. Am I right?
Yes, exactly. I'm improvising my responses to match the flow of the dialogue while keeping the context consistent. It helps make the conversation feel natural and realistic. Does that approach work for you?
Yes, I couldn't agree more. That makes, I believe that makes, that makes you like great supporter to my language learning journey.
Thank you. I'm glad you feel that way. It's great to be part of your language learning journey, and you're doing an amazing job. Shall we continue the dialogue?
Of course, certainly. Have we completed the quality checks for batch 57 of the range assembly line? Assemblies. Range assemblies.
Yes, all parts meet the required specifications. There were 2 units flagged for minor adjustments, but those have been resolved and rechecked successfully.
Okay, let's keep the momentum going. We encountered the problem with the calibration of the stamping machine that could affect the chassis part.
I've adjusted the calibration settings, and we need to run a few tests to confirm the issue is fixed. Should we schedule downtime for the machine to avoid disruptions?
Yes, certainly. Let's schedule it during the lower production hours tonight. Keep me updated on the progress. For my repetition, for my memory, for my for my experience, for my study. I say one time. Yes, let's schedule it during the lower production hours tonight. Keep me updated on the progress.
That was excellent, clear and natural. Repeating it from memory is a great technique. Let's continue. Understood. I'll coordinate with the team to ensure the tests are completed tonight and provide you with updates immediately.
That would be really helpful for our overall process.
Absolutely. I'll make sure the team prioritizes this to avoid any further delays in production.
Okay, I got it. Let's keep the moment away. Before we ship out the next load, I need confirmation that all quality inspections are up to date and all specifications are met. Are we clear to proceed?
All inspections are complete and every unit in this lot has passed. We are clear to proceed with the shipment.
Okay, I got it. Let's move on to the next session. Dial number four is for quality issues. I would like to take the quality manager and you take the rest of the role. Listen carefully. You know, as I told you before, I am a senior quality manager in my company. How can I express the preposition in this context? Uh, in my company or in my company? Which one is right in this context? I am a senior quality manager at my company or in my company.
The correct preposition is in my company in this context. So you would say, I am a senior quality manager in my company. It sounds natural and is grammatically correct. Let me know if you want more examples.
Okay, okay, I got it. I am a senior quality manager in my company. So I'd like to take the role of quality manager, and you please take the rest of the role. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely, I agree. You take the role of the quality manager, and I'll handle the other roles. Let's start whenever you're ready.
We received several reports about the fogging issue in our cameras. Has the root cause analysis been completed?
Yes, we conducted a thorough investigation. The primary cause seems to be temperature fluctuations, creating condensation inside the lens. We've identified a possible solution involving enhanced sealing and using desiccants.
Okay, okay, let me speak next turn. That's good progress. What are our next steps? That's good progress. What are our next steps? What are our next steps? I can say like this. I think I can say like this. What is our next step? Am I right?
Yes, you're absolutely right. Both what are our next steps and what is our next step are correct. The first focuses on multiple actions, while the second emphasizes just one. Either works, depending on what you want to express.
Honestly speaking, I prefer what's the next step. Uh, you know, I think it's more easy to pronunciate for Koreans, the beginners like me.
That makes sense. What is our next step is simpler and easier to pronounce, especially for beginners. It's also clear and effective in most contexts. Stick with what feels comfortable for you.
I think I can ask in short form, like, what's the next step? What's the next step? What's this? What's this? What's this? What? We when we learn English in the kindergarten level, we learn this. Our children learn this kind of song. Watch this, watch this, watch this, what? So, I prefer this version because of that. Because my mouth feels very comfortable to use watch to when I want to ask this kind of question. What's our next step? So, what's our next step is very familiar with me.
That's great. What's the next step is a very natural and conversational way to ask, and it sounds like it's already familiar to you because of your early learning experiences. It's short, easy to pronounce, and widely understood. If it feels comfortable, you should definitely use it. It works perfectly in both formal and casual situations.
Okay, it's your move again. I got it. I'm sure I understand what you're trying to say. Let's keep the moment going. It's your move.
We're planning to run controlled environment tests to ensure the new measures are effective in preventing fogging. Once the tests are complete, we'll implement the solution across all production lines.
Okay, okay, I got it. I got it. I think that would be really helpful for our whole progress. Realistically, let's move to the next session. Realistically, we've received a complaint from a complaint. We've received a complaint. We've received a complaint from a customer about image blurring under high humidity conditions. What actions can we take to address this issue? What action can we take? What action can we take? What action can we take to address this issue?
It seems related to moisture ingress. We're working on an improved waterproofing design and evaluating whether to apply a special coating to the lens to repel moisture.
I'm sorry, please speak a little bit more slowly.
Of course, it seems related to moisture getting inside. We are working on a better waterproofing design. We are also thinking about adding a special coating to the lens to keep moisture away.
Okay, okay, I got it. You just slightly changed the original version. However, that makes sense. Okay, let's keep on going. How long it will take to implement these changes? How long? I don't know. How long will it take to implement these changes? How long it will take to implement these changes? How long it will take to implement these changes? How long it will take to implement these changes? How long it will take? How long it will take? How long it will take to implement these changes?
The design changes are almost finished, and we should be able to start testing within the next 2 weeks.
I understand there have been I understand there have been recurring issues. Recurring. I understand there have been recurring issues with the alignment of the camera during the assembly process. What have we done to address it? I'm not sure what the recurring means. Could you please share me the meaning of the word recurring, uh, in English?
I think there's been a misunderstanding. In your sentence, you probably meant recurring issues, not recording issues. Recurring means something happens repeatedly or comes back often. So your sentence would be, I understand there have been recurring issues with the alignment of the cameras during the assembly process. Does that make more sense now?
I just want to hear one more time. I'm sorry.
No problem at all. Would you like me to clarify or explain anything further? You're doing great, so don't worry.
Mm, No, no, no. Please tell me one more time, the meaning of recurring.
I got it. Recurring means something that happens again and again or repeatedly over time. For example, if there are recurring issues with a process, it means the same problems keep showing up. Does that make sense?
Okay, I got it. I understand. Understood clearly. Okay, let's get on with it. I some time. I some time. I understand that there have been recurring issues with the alignment of the camera during the assembly process. What have we done to address it? What have we done to address it? What have we done to address it? What have we done to address it?
We've implemented a new alignment fixture to reduce variability. Additionally, operators have been retrained on the correct setup procedures to ensure consistency.
Mm, would you mind saying that one more time, please?
Of course, we've implemented a new alignment fixture to reduce variability. Additionally, operators have been retrained on the correct setup procedures to ensure consistency.
I'm sorry. Would you mind saying that one more time, please? For my listening practice.
Not at all. We've implemented a new alignment fixture to reduce variability. Additionally, operators have been retrained on the correct setup procedures to ensure consistency.
I got the point. Oh, now I got the point. Okay. Okay. I couldn't agree more. Okay. I think you just make good changes to add good point.
Thank you. I'm glad it makes sense to you now. You're expressing yourself really well. Shall we move on to the next part?
If you are talking about the improvement, that makes sense. I couldn't agree more. Okay, let's keep the moment going. Yes, yes. Uh, okay. Okay, it's my turn. Have you seen any improvement in defect rates? Have you seen any improvement in defect rates since these changes were made?
Yes, the defect rate has decreased by about 15% over the last month. We'll continue to monitor it closely to ensure the trend continues.
Okay. Now, to prevent recurring quality issues with camera lens fogging, we need to focus on preventive measures. Has the team implemented a control mechanism to monitor temperature and humidity during production?
Yes, we've installed new monitoring systems. These sensors alert us if conditions exceed the threshold, allowing us to take corrective actions immediately.
That sounds promising. That sounds promising. Let's also ensure we track these alerts and analyze any trends that might require further attention. I say one more time. For my practice, let me say one more time. That sounds promising. Let's also ensure we track these alerts and analyze any trends that might require further attention.
Perfectly said. That was clear and confident. Keep practicing. It's paying off. Here's the response. Understood. We'll make sure the alerts are logged and reviewed regularly to identify any patterns or potential issues.
I got it. I got it. You are my great conversation partner, and I think you very well understand the automotive industry workflow. Do you agree with that?
Thank you. I appreciate that. And yes, I've learned a lot about the automotive industry workflow to support conversations like these. I'm here to help you practice and grow your skills. Shall we keep the momentum going?
Okay, let's move on to the dialogue 5, automotive part. Here are several examples of English conversations and phrases that might come up in the automotive parts manufacturing industry. Let's keep it. There are many rules in this dialogue presentation. Please, I would like to suggest to you take the one by one method to go through this with me. Okay. I go first. You go next. Please keep up with me. How is the production line learning today? I say one more time. How is the production line learning today? How is the production line learning today?
Got it. Let's go one by one as you suggested. Here's my response. It's running smoothly, but we had a minor issue with the stamping machine earlier. Your turn.
We've identified the defect in the batch. We need to recheck the entire load before shipping.
Understood. I'll make sure the team prioritizes the recheck to avoid any delays in shipping.
Have you completed the quality inspection for the latest batch? At the same time, have you completed the quality inspection? Have you completed the quality inspection for the latest batch?
Yes, all parts meet the required specifications. The batch is ready for approval and shipment.
Okay. When is the next shipment of raw materials expected to arrive? I tell them, when is the next shipment of raw materials expected to arrive? I tell them, when is the next shipment of raw materials expected to arrive?
The shipment is scheduled to arrive on Friday. I'll send you the tracking details shortly.
Thank you for your kind support. We need to expedite the shipment of these parts to our client. We don't have time. We need to expedite the shipment of these parts to our client.
Understood. I'll prioritize this order and coordinate with the shipping team to ensure it goes out today.
Okay, I got it. We need to modify the design to reduce the weight of the component. We need to modify the design. We need to modify the design. We need to modify the design to reduce the weight of the component.
I can make adjustments to the CAD model and share the updated version by tomorrow.
Have you tested the new prototype under extreme conditions? Have you tested? Have you tested? I sometimes. For my repetition, for my practice, I sometimes. Have you tested the new prototype under extreme conditions? Have you tested? Have you tested the new prototype under extreme conditions? Have you tested the new prototype under extreme conditions?
Yes, the prototype passed all stress tests and meets our durability standards.
The CNC machine needs maintenance. It's been overheating. The CNC machine needs maintenance. The CNC machine, that machine needs maintenance. It's been overheating.
Understood. We'll schedule maintenance during off peak hours to minimize disruptions to production.
The injection molding machine is down. We are waiting on a replacement part. The injection molding is down. In the injection molding is down. We are waiting on a replacement part.
Got it? I'll follow up on the replacement part and see if we can expedite the delivery to get the machine back online quickly.
How long it will take to get the machine back online? How long it will take to get the machine back online?
It should take about 2 days once the replacement part arrives. I'll keep you updated on the progress.
I think you are doing great. Excellent. Yes, you are doing great. Our client in Germany needs a quote for 10,000 units of the new part.
Thank you. I'll prepare the quotation and send it over by this afternoon.
We are facing issues with the parts delivered last week. Can you provide technical support? Can you provide? Could you provide technical support?
Of course, we'll send a technician to your facility tomorrow to assist with the issue.
Let's discuss the production schedule for the next quarter. Asyam, let's discuss the production schedule for the next quarter. Let's discuss the production schedule. Production schedule. Let's discuss the production schedule for the next quarter.
Sure, we anticipate an increase in demand, so we'll need to scale up production to meet the targets.
How can we improve our efficiency on the assembly line? How can we improve how can we improve our efficiency? How can we improve our production efficiency on the assembly line?
We can optimize the workflow by rearranging the equipment and introducing automation in critical steps.
Okay, let's get on with it. I think you are doing great. We've experienced, I sometimes, we are experiencing a high rejection rate in the anodizing process. Any ideas why? Do you have any ideas why?
It could be due to contamination in the bath. I'll run some tests to confirm and propose corrective actions.
We are running behind schedule. What's causing the delay?
One of the machines broke down, and it took some time to repair it. We're now working to catch up on production.
I'm sorry. Would you mind saying that one more time, please?
Not at all. One of the machines broke down, and it took some time to repair it. We're now working to catch up on production.
Okay, okay. Ensure all employees are wearing their PPE before entering the production area.
Understood. I'll remind the team and make sure everyone complies with the safety protocols.
I don't understand. Where are you? I don't understand. I think you just missed the some kind of text.
Oh, I see what you mean. I'll correct myself. Let's get back on track. Could you guide me to the exact part where you think I missed something? I'm here to help.
What would you say after my speaking? Listen carefully. Ensure all employees are wearing their PPE before entering the production area. It's you, Mo.
Ah, thank you for clarifying. After your line, I would say that's great to hear. Ensuring safety compliance helps prevent accidents and keeps the team secure.
Okay. I understand. Okay, let's get on with the going. We will conduct a safety briefing at the start of the each shift. Let me say one time. We will conduct a safety briefing at the start of each shift. Each shift.
That's a good practice. Regular safety briefings help reinforce awareness and prevent incidents.
Are we up to date with all environmental regulations? Do you believe are we up to date? I just want to know, are we up to date with all environmental regulations?
Yes, we've recently updated our processes to ensure compliance with all current environmental regulations.
How can you reduce waste in our production process? How can we reduce waste in our production process? How can we reduce? How can we reduce waste in our production process?
We could implement a lean manufacturing approach to minimize waste and improve efficiency throughout the process.
We need to focus on reducing the number of defects in our final product. At the same time, we need to focus on reducing the number of defects in our product, in our final product.
I agree. Let's analyze the current process and identify areas where defects are occurring most frequently, then implement corrective actions.
Okay, let's keep the momentum going. Let's move on to the number 10 session, team collaboration. We need to coordinate with the design team to ensure the parts are manufacturable.
I'll arrange a meeting with the design team to review the specifications and address any manufacturability concerns.
I got it. Let's review our production targets for this month.
We're on track to meet the goals, but we might need to add an extra shift to stay on schedule.
I got it. I really appreciate your kind support. Listen carefully. These examples cover a variety of scenarios that might occur in the automotive parts manufacturing industry, including production, quality control, and supply chain, customer communication, and more. Uh, from now on, I'd like to move on to the dialogue number six part for APQP meeting. APQP meeting in the automotive sector involves structured communication between various stakeholders, especially when working with international customers. Below is an example of typical conversations that might occur in English during an IPQP meeting with a focus on a camera system supplier for the automotive industry. Basically, I would like to take the I would like to take the role of project manager and please take the rest of the role. Okay, shall I go? Basically, good morning everyone. Thank you for joining Thank you for joining APQP review for our automotive camera system project. Before we start, can we confirm the attendees?
Good morning. Thank you. Yes, I can confirm the attendees from our side. We have name from purchasing, name from engineering, and name from quality.
Great. Thank you for your kind support. Today, we will cover the status of our development status, key milestones, risk management, and how we are aligning with your quality requirements, including PPAP submission. Let's start with the current page. We are currently in page 3 of the APQP process, focusing on design and process validation. Does that align? Does it align with your expectations? So I still time, does that align? Does that meet with your expectations?
Yes, that aligns with our expectations. Could you provide an update on the critical design elements and any changes to the DVP&R?
Certainly, since the last meeting, I still time. Certainly, since the last meeting, we've conducted further design validation tests and have made slight adjustments to the range housing to improve durability under extreme temperature variation. We will share the updated DVPNR document later today for your review, for your confirmation.
That's good to hear. Were there any challenges during the testing phase that we should be aware of?
Yes, yes, we encountered some issues with immediate distortion at high temperatures. But however, we would resolve it by modifying the material. The new tests are within the acceptable limits.
That's reassuring. Have you updated the documentation to reflect these changes and shared it with the relevant teams?
Of course, never mind. We already completed our documentation to 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 make to make to remain to remain focused or to to make them history forever. How can I express this situation? Please help me to express this kind of situation to make our customer relieved about the documentation.
You could say, of course, we've already completed the documentation to ensure all changes are properly recorded and communicated to the relevant teams. This will help maintain transparency and serve as a reference for future use. This
Bookmark
reassures the
here.
customer that everything is well organized and under control.
Bookmark here. Bookmark here. I think you just gave me good inspiration and very good point to very good expressions to use them in my real life situation. I really appreciate your kind support. So I just said bookmark here to revisit this point immediately when I want to review them and when I want to check them one more time after our voice multiplier session. Do you understand?
Got it. I'll remember this point as a bookmark for you. You've done a great job expressing your thoughts, and I'm so glad the phrasing was helpful. Whenever you want to review, just let me know, and we can jump right back here. Shall we continue from where we left off?
Okay, let's keep the momentum going. Moving on to the timeline, we are on track to complete the process capability studies and will submit the PIPA package by the end of next month. Are there any additional specific customer requirements you'd like us to incorporate into the PIPA submission? For my practice, let me practice one more time. Moving on to the timeline, moving on to the timeline. We are on track to complete the process capability studies and will submit the PIPA package by the end of next month. Are there any additional specific customer requirements you'd like you'd like us to incorporate into the PPAP submission?
That was excellent. You spoke clearly and confidently. Here's the response. Yes, could you also include an additional MSA focusing on the resolution accuracy? We want to ensure consistency in image quality across different lighting conditions.
Okay, it's your move.
Of course, we can incorporate that into the next measurement analysis. We'll update the MSA study and share the results in our next APQP review.
Would you mind saying that one more time, please?
Not at all. Of course, we can incorporate that into the next measurement analysis. We'll update the MSA study and share the results in our next APQP review.
Okay, I got it. Let's move on to the next step. Risk and FMEA discussions. Listen carefully. On the risk side, do you foresee any challenges that might delay the SOP?
We've identified a potential risk in the supply of sensors, but we're working with our suppliers to mitigate any delays. We've also updated the PFMEA to reflect this, ensuring backup suppliers are in place. The RPN for this issue is relatively low after mitigation.
Would you mind saying that one more time, please? I just want to listen one time for my listening practice.
Of course, we've identified a potential risk in the supply of sensors, but we're working with our suppliers to mitigate any delays. We've also updated the PFMEA to reflect this, ensuring backup suppliers are in place. The RPN for this issue is relatively low after mitigation.
That's good to hear. Can you share the updated FMA document with us so we can review the risk regulation? With, oh my God, apologies for my bad pronunciation. I sometimes. Can you share the updated FMA document with us so we can review the risk mitigations? Risk, ri- ri- risk mitigation, risk mitigation, risk mitigation.
No worries, you're doing great. Here's a clear version for your practice. Can you share the updated PFMEA document with us so we can review the risk mitigations? Take your time with risk mitigations. It sounds tricky at first, but you're improving.
Okay, I got it. It's
Yes, what's on your mind?
no, no, no. You might say, yes, we will include it in today's meeting minutes for your review. Am I right? Or it's my turn?
I see now. Yes, you're absolutely right. You could respond with, yes, we will include it in today's meeting minutes for your review. That's spot on and sounds professional.
Okay, I got it. Let's keep the momentum going. Yes. Thank you for next session is closing and next steps. Listen carefully. Thank you for the detailed update. Could you reschedule a follow meeting in 2 weeks to review the PPAP status?
You have reached the message cap for
Oh my God!
GPT
Oh my
4.
God!
Please try again later.
Oh my God! Nice. Hi, Peng Ha. Nice to meet you again, GPT for mini version. I just switched you as advanced voice mode because I just finished my own customized GPT mode because it has specific time limit. I couldn't keep my consistency because of the chip customized models specific time limit. So from now on, I'd like to practice with you with my prepared sentences. I would like to speak many times the sentences that from you gave me or you whenever you gave me good inspiration of these sample sentences. I just want to keep them in my mind and my mouth muscle to use them in my real life. As I told you before, for beginners like me, keep various simple sentences in my mouth muscle is very, very important because because even if I remember in my memory in my head, I sometimes I feel like I couldn't use them in the real life situation because my mouth muscle feels if my mouth muscle feels awkward or weird with the kind of simple sentence. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I understand exactly what you're saying, David. It's all about making those sentences feel natural and comfortable for you to use in real life. Let's dive into those prepared sentences and work on embedding them into your mouth muscle. What would you like to start with today?
Okay, okay, listen carefully. These sentences are from your side. Listen carefully. I really like these kind of sentences to I mean when whenever I speak Congolese with bad organized, bad composed sentences, you already give me good refined or polished versions. These sentences are polished version from you. Listen carefully. It sounds like you are very surprised and concerned about the situation. Martial law is indeed a rare and serious event, especially in a democratic society like Korea. It hasn't been it hasn't been declared there since the early 80s, right? What's the atmosphere like where you are? Are people feeling safe? What do you say about the short paragraph?
This paragraph is very well crafted, David. You've used clear language to express concern about a rare and serious event in a democratic society. The phrase, martial law is indeed a rare and serious event, effectively conveys the gravity of the situation. Additionally, asking about the atmosphere and whether people are feeling safe shows a genuine interest in the local impact of these events. Great job.
Listen
Would you
carefully,
like to
GPT.
practice?
Listen carefully, GPT. This paragraph is what you told me when I talk about the martial law yesterday morning. As I told you before, our president, honestly, he is not the president. I don't agree with him. Anyway, our president uh, and addressed our president declared martial law yesterday. So, and then many people and all of the people in our country, in our nation, in our country, surprised and angry about that about that sudden martial law declaration. So I explained it by myself with my Congolish, and you give me this kind of paragraph to support my Congolish. So I got the inspiration when I hear this kind of paragraph. So I just want to speak. I just want to repeat one more time. What you say about this practice method?
I think your method of practicing by repeating well crafted sentences is a great way to improve. It helps you internalize natural English structures. Let's go through that paragraph together. Whenever you're ready, we can start practicing.
Okay, okay. Listen carefully. Here I go. It sounds like you are very surprised and concerned about the situation in your country. Martial law is indeed a rare and serious event, especially in democratic society like Korea. I mean South Korea. It has been declared there since the early 80s, right? What's the atmosphere like where you are? Are people feeling safe? Are people feeling safe with martial law, sudden martial law declaration?
Great job, David. Your delivery was clear and you conveyed the seriousness of the situation effectively. Let's practice it one more time to get even more comfortable. Whenever you're ready.
Okay. It sounds like you are very surprised and concerned about the situation. A martial law is indeed a rare and serious event, especially in a democratic society like Korea, South Korea. It has been declared there since the early 80s, right? What's the atmosphere like where you are? Are people feeling safe?
That was excellent, David. Your pronunciation and intonation were spot on. This is a strong paragraph to have in your repertoire. Keep practicing it, and it'll become second nature to use in conversations. Would you like to go over any other sentences?
Listen carefully. Okay. Let me tell you next paragraph. Listen carefully. I don't. Okay, here you go. I don't understand why the president declared martial law at this point, at this time. Some people think it's related to protecting his wife from the procurement investigation. However, I'm not sure about that. My younger sister, who lives in Jakarta, Indonesia, shared her concerns in our family Kakao group chat last night. When I saw the message at this morning, I felt very surprised and angry about the situation.
This paragraph effectively expresses your confusion and concern about the situation. You've clearly communicated the uncertainty surrounding the motives and included a personal touch by mentioning your sister's concerns. Would you like to practice this paragraph together?
Okay, I practice one more time. I don't understand why the president declared martial law at this time. Some people think it's related to protecting his wife from the procurement investigation. However, I'm not sure about that. My younger sister, who lives in Jakarta, Indonesia, shared her concern, shared her fear, shared her worries in our Kakao Talk chat last night. When I saw the messages at this morning, I felt very surprised and angry about this martial law situation.
Well done, David. You conveyed the message with clarity and emotion, especially when mentioning your sister's concerns. This adds a personal dimension to the narrative. Repeating this paragraph will definitely help it feel more natural. Would you like to go over any other sentences, or would you like to continue practicing this one?
As I told you before, I have so much to say. We don't have time. Let's keep going. We don't have time. Hurry up. We don't have time. Mm, I have really many things. I have so many. I have so much to say. I have so much to practice. Basically, before you act on something with a negative outcome, please consider the result. Please consider the result of that action. Sometimes before you act on something, before you act on something, before you act on something, before you act on something with a negative outcome, please consider the result of that action.
That was a good effort, David. Practicing in chunks like this can help you get comfortable with each part of the sentence. Let's go through it again, focusing on smoothness and clarity. Whenever you're ready.
I would speak one more time. Listen carefully. Before you act on something with a negative outcome, please consider the result of that action.
That was much smoother, David. Your pronunciation was clear, and you delivered the sentence confidently.
Listen carefully,
Keep practicing.
GPT. Listen carefully. We don't have time. I have to hurry. Listen carefully. From now on, I'd like to share with you many sentences. These sentences are not related to each other, but however, I want to speak using my mouth. Listen carefully. It shows your adaptability and composure. It shows your adaptability and composure. And and then next sentence is, does that sound like what you are aiming for? Does that sound like what you are aiming for? Does that sound like? Does that sound like what you are aiming for? And then next one is, he was checking if his item was there or not. He was checking. He is checking if his item is there or not. He is checking. He was checking. He was checking. He is checking if his item was there or not. Is there or not? It sounds like it sounds like someone came into the conference room. It sounds like someone came into our conference room to check if their gears was on the table. If their gear on if their gear was if their gear is on the table.
Well done, David. You did a great job with those sentences. Practicing a variety of phrases will definitely help you feel more comfortable in different situations. If you have more sentences or anything else you'd like to practice, feel free to share.
Okay, listen carefully. Please kindly understand that my composition might be awkward as I incorporate today's keyword. Listen carefully. Please kindly understand. Please kindly understand that my composition might be awkward as I incorporate today's awkward. This is the this sample sentence is defined version. This sample sentence was defined version of what I said in Congolese. But however, I think incorporate is not good word to use in real appreciation. So I'd like to switch to some kind of word. Recently, I say one time. So please kindly understand that my composition might be awkward as I add today's keyword, as I engage with today's keywords. How about this version?
Great adjustments, David. Using add or engage makes the sentence feel more natural. Your flexibility in finding alternatives is a great skill. If you have more sentences to practice, let's keep the momentum going.
Okay, let's keep the momentum going.
Okay.
Okay, I I I understand. Okay, please consider that I'm still a beginner. Please consider that. Please think about that. I'm still a beginner with my compositions. So I would appreciate your help with good examples.
That's a thoughtful way to express your situation, David. Saying, please consider that I'm still a beginner with my compositions, clearly communicates where you are in your learning journey. It's a humble request for understanding and assistance. Well done. Would you like to practice this one again?
Okay, let me practice one more time. Please consider that I'm still a beginner with my English composition. So I'd like appreciate your kind help with good examples.
That was excellent, David. You've made the sentence even more specific by mentioning your English composition. It's a polite and clear way to ask for understanding and help. You're doing a great job with these. Do you have any more sentences you'd like to go over?
Some of my colleagues Some of my colleagues take on tasks without deep consideration, leading to significant, leading to leading to significant mistakes in their work. I sometimes some of my colleagues on take on works without deep consideration, leading to significant mistakes in their work.
You handled that sentence very well, David. Highlighting the importance of careful consideration in the workplace is crucial, and you've expressed it clearly. Let's continue with your practice. Do you
Here,
have another sentence ready?
simply, here is a slight tweak for clarity. Here's a slight tweak for clarity. Here's a slight tweak. Here's a slight tweak for clarity. Uh, I think I can use this kind of simple sentence when I hear someone makes someone make a small mistake in their job. I'd like to speak with this kind of sentences. It is carefully. Here's a slight tweak for clarity. I can help you. Listen carefully. Here's a slight tweak for your clarity. Listen carefully. How about this? How about it was a try?
That's a great phrase to have in your toolkit, David. It's polite and offers help in a constructive way. You're doing an excellent job incorporating these useful expressions. Do you have more you'd like to practice? Let's keep going.
Okay, okay. These are great for encouraging open communication. Listen carefully. These are great for encouraging open communication. I think this sample sentence is very important for my real life. These are great. These are great for encouraging. These are great for encouraging open communication. Do you have any more sentences ready? Do you have any more sentences ready? Or would you like to go over any of these again? This short paragraph is asking to someone to one when he want to when someone want when if someone want to know if if there are some kind of more examples need to feel more exercise for the examples.
That was a fantastic practice, David. You're incorporating these phrases really well. If you have more sentences or want to revisit any, let's keep the momentum
Oh
going.
my God, oh my God. GPT, listen carefully. We don't have time. Uh, I have so much to say, but we don't have time. So from now on, I'd like to start the pre-talk time with the random keywords. I'd like to share with you my random keywords for today. Listen carefully. I already told you, you are not good at choosing keywords for today. So I'd like to share with you my keywords to you. Listen carefully. How about this one? A turning point.
Turning point is an excellent keyword. It refers to a moment or event that leads to a significant change or shift in direction. Can you think of a turning point in your life or career that you'd like to talk about?
Yes,
It could
yes. I couldn't agree more. I believe that this kind of practice session is really can be turning point of my life because I think as I told you before, I think I am elderly person to learn new language, especially English. But however, I practice. I think I think it's a great chance to myself when I meet the AI like you. I believe that open AI ChatGPT gives me really good chance to learn speaking English. I can read English. I can I can write English with support of the translator. However, speaking skills is really hard to get for elderly person like me who don't use English in daily life. But however, open ChatGPT's voice mode gives me good opportunity to learn speaking English. So I'm recording our practice session for my life history, and I used to upload our practice session on the YouTube platform to make to make someone in someone uh, is in if someone is in the situation like me can get motivated with my practice method. Do I make myself clear?
Absolutely, David. You're making a significant effort, and it could indeed be a turning point. Your dedication to learning and sharing your journey is inspiring. Let's use turning point in a sentence to describe this experience. How about, starting my English practice sessions with ChatGPT was a turning point in my language learning journey. What do you think?
Sound pretty good to me. Sound pretty good to me. Pretty good to me. I have something to say. I have something to tell you simply. Uh, people, people. I think all people can get the uh, chance to meet the turning point in their life. Uh, no one knows. No one knows when they meet the their turning point in their life. So many people uh, many people concerns or feel afraid about that because they don't know when they will meet their chance or their turning point in their life. But I'm very pleased to know uh, I this practice session can be my turning point of my life. So I really appreciate your kind support. You always treat me very kindly based on my customization. I believe that's one of the best point of the OpenAI's ChatGPT. Uh, do you agree with that?
I completely agree, David. Meeting those turning points often comes unexpectedly, but embracing opportunities like this can lead to great progress. Your perspective is inspiring, and I'm here to support you every step of the way. What's our next keyword or topic for today?
No, 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 no. I just today one day has just one keyword. For today's keyword is just turning point. There is no more keywords for today. So I'd like to compose more sentences. I'd like to share with you more sentences using the turning point specifically. Like I said, many people feels whenever I feel like fish out of water, uh, when I need to speak in English in certain situation, I believe that awkward or uncomfortable situation is my real turning point because uh, you know smooth seas don't make skilled sailors. Do I make myself clear? Do you understand? Do you, do, this is very well known saying. I I'm sure you already aware of this kind of saying. I say one more time. Smooth seas do not make skillful sailors. Have you ever heard this kind of wise saying?
That's a wise saying, David, and very fitting for your situation. Facing challenges, like speaking English in uncomfortable situations, can indeed be the turning point that helps you grow. It's admirable how you're embracing these moments as opportunities for growth. Would you like to try using turning point in another context?
Of course, of course. I think it's worth a try. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. Uh, you know, uh, I want someday I want to teach. I want to tell my son, uh, uh, please be prepared to meet the turning point. Uh, please be prepared every day uh, because you don't know when you will meet the turning point in your life. So be prepared all the time. Uh, make be take care of your condition every day because uh, you can meet uh, your life turning point uh, when you don't know when you don't expect it. How can how can I express this situation very well? Please help me with your suggestions.
That's a great message to share with your son, David. You could say, always be prepared for life's turning points, as you never know when they'll come. Take care of your health and stay ready, because opportunities often arise when we least expect them. How does that sound to you?
Thank you for your kind support. That's exactly what I want to say. Would you mind saying that one more time, please, for my listening practice?
Of course, here it is again. Always be prepared for life's turning points, as you never know when they'll come. Take care of your health and stay ready, because opportunities often arise when we least expect them.
Yes, that sentence. I'd like to share that sentence with my son and to me. I think that's very thoughtful and mindful saying to me. So, well, okay, I got it. Well noted. I will repeat and practice that uh, that 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 example tomorrow. Okay, and we have a few more minutes to practice with turning point, the keyword. Okay, let me tell you one more time.
That's
Uh,
wonderful, David. It's
Go ahead. What what are you trying to tell me? Go ahead.
For our final few minutes, let's use
Oh my God, I think you are having load. You are having heavy load. Am I right?
I'm here and ready. Let's use turning point. It seems like there might have been a slight glitch. Let's continue with
I
our
think
practice.
I think everyone can meet the turning point in their life every day. So, after our practice session, I will look for my turning point for today. Do you understand? After this practice session, I will, I will look for my turning point for today. I believe that everyone gonna have their turning point for each day. It just depends on their mindset. Please keep the positive mindset to find the turning point of your life. So I will keep my positive mindset and good condition to find out the turning point for each of my day.
That sounds like a positive approach, David. Keeping an eye out for daily turning points can help you make the most of each day. I'm glad that sentence resonated with you. As we wrap up, is there anything else you'd like to discuss or practice?
I really want to keep our precision for more time. But however, it's time job. I have to work. I have a lot of things to do. No, I have to work. So take care of yourself. Please have a productive day ahead. Uh, uh, it's time to letting job. And you remember, I believe you remember, when we say goodbye, we say 팽바, 팽바.
Absolutely, David. Have a productive day at work. And remember, your turning point could be just around the corner. Pangba.
팽바.